The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The empty seat. Who was actually just that, an empty chair in your office because you couldn't find someone to fill it. So it just sat there costing you money with all its fancy ergonomic features. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can make it easy to fill that seat with the right candidate. With nearly 60% of businesses finding someone to interview in the first week alone. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
What is up, guys? It's your boy, Gray Haas. Hey, maybe you've been holding out on joining Supercast, but I've got to tell you, right now might be the perfect time because we are having our huge Summer of Steve sale. It's our biggest sale ever. It's 30% off your membership for a year. That means you're going to get the entire 400 episode mega catalog, ad-free, the Mega Mini, Rise and Fall of Twin Hills, and our eternal gratitude. Keep in mind, we only keep the most recent 100 episodes or so up on the main feed. So if you want to go back and listen to your favorites, it's the perfect time to join Supercast for 30% off. It's cheap, it's easy, it's the only way to ensure this podcast keeps going since we do it all on our own. Head over to mega.supercast.com. The link is in the show notes.
Mega is an improvised satire from the staff of a fictional megachurch.
We are here, the Lord, we are here, and we're ready to podcast.
Hiya, I'm Hallie Labont, and this is Mega, coming to you from Twin Hills Community Church, where every single week we're giving our mega church a tiny family feel. And per usual, I'm joined by my co-host. He's the youth pastor for our high school ministry called Climax. Please welcome Gray Haas.
I may not have a wife, but Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Hallie, how are you?
Too blessed to be stressed. Well, just like Jesus was able to turn water into wine using his own special biology, our guest today is a biology teacher from Broad Ripple High School right here in town. It is our pleasure to introduce Danipour. How you doing today, Dave? Danid?
I'm doing great. I know my name is a little
It's a mouthful.
It's a little hard on the consonants.
Yeah, it's almost like your parents may have wanted to name you David or Daniel, and then they just kind of changed mid-name.
Well, it's actually not that. It's just that they were voice actors.
Oh.
And one of the ways to train how to speak was to say very hard things, like 9 sharp sharks swim.
Oh.
And so my name, Danid, if you can say it really quick, it really worked their tongues. And then they fell in love with the name.
Danid.
Sheep shank, sharp, 9 sharp shark shank. What was that? What the first one?
9 sharp sharks swim swimmingly.
Okay. Yeah, that one's not as hard for me. But, I do want to jump off on the shark thing because you teach biology. And I've got a lot of teens who have taken biology in high school, as you have to do, as is required by the state, I suppose. And sometimes it's just good to get someone on here who, is having an impact on our youth. But also, I just kind of wanted to remind you or ask you a few questions about what is biology and kind of what's the deal with it? Because a lot of times it seems like it doesn't really line up super well with, a life in Christ, which I'm sure you also have.
Oh, well, biology is just the study of life and how living organisms work. And really, it's just learning everything from, the big picture of like evolution to the small picture of like how the heart beats and sort of things like that, how to keep people alive,
Oh,
okay.
Cool. So biology is the study of life?
That's exactly right. The study of life.
I did not know that. I had no idea.
Well, and you already said a word that a lot of people might think is controversial, evolution. But, I would even say that God is the ultimate force behind evolution. I'm not scared of evolution. I do think that God's plan has changed things over the years. But I do kind of go side-eye sometimes when, some biologists would say, look at that monkey. And then they point to someone and go, look at that person, that evolved into that. And I'm going, okay.
Then why are there still monkeys?
Exactly.
That's a common misconception. People didn't come from monkeys.
Oh,
see?
That's not exactly how it happened. Yeah.
Okay.
They came from a different biped line and then they evolved into humans. And so they were sort of in different tracks. So that's how that happened. So both can be true.
Biped meaning 2 feet, pediatric, or 2 children? Or ped would be what's ped?
Ped just means you stand on 2 legs. Then you're a biped if you stand on 2 legs. There's not a lot of bipeds out there, so people are a little special. So I'm surprised that's not in the Bible. That word biped all over the place.
Maybe that's why God is so obsessed with us. I mean, he is just really, really fond of what other bipeds are there besides us? Or are we just the only special ones?
Well, the only one I can think of.
You know, there aren't that many, but there are some in the ape family. This isn't actually my expertise. I sort of just teach high school biology, so I'm not, an expert in ape evolution.
Well, you are an expert in teaching our children, and
Yep.
I do always have that question of, evolution, for example, is a theory. I mean, it is called the theory of evolution.
Really?
Oh, of course, Hallie. And I love to
Okay.
underline that. And I just always wonder, how do you balance teaching a theory with also the need to teach faith-based and what I will say truth-based ideas as well? How do you balance those two things?
It's very easy. I just teach, the stuff that's been researched in the textbooks, and I'm like, this is what we've proven. And that's what I teach. And then for the faith stuff, you can basically just whatever you want. You can just make that up, whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
Wow.
Well, it's kind of like your parents, I guess, were, walking around making up nursery rhymes to get the tongues ready for their job. And then your name came out. So I also think they were making up things. So everybody, when you think about it, what people make up, I sometimes think of biology as something that somewhere, someone along the line did have to make it up.
Yeah. They sort of just, did some experiments, and then they found out what was actually true. And then they kind of, look, I'll admit something to you guys. I'm struggling a little bit here.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
I'm struggling. Ever since I've tried to join the faith here, it's been a struggle.
Oh.
It's hard to do both, teach science and the faith. It's been difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're struggling.
Is that because maybe you came up and were educated to use the scientific method, and the scientific method doesn't really work when you're trying to prove the existence of God?
It's actually the opposite. It's just that the scientific method proves everything so easily, and it's very repeatable. And so having the faith, that part gets hard. And I do want to join the faith because I don't want to be alone. And I noticed that this town, a lot of people are in the faith.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'd like to join, but it's been difficult.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to paint too stark of a picture, but when you did walk in here, I would say that the type of khaki shorts that you're wearing, I've not seen in a lot of years. You are wearing a tucked-in collared shirt with those khaki shorts. Your socks are pulled up to the mid-calf. You've got Velcro on your shoes. That is possibly what I would call a fedora, but it also has a flat brim, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the hat. But in general, I would say, yes, this is giving kind of outcast science teacher vibes.
Oh.
And I'm not saying that you need to change your total style, but what I am saying is that I think being a part of a hip and interesting community could really help you change your identity completely.
So you don't like my clothes?
Well, it's not a matter of, I'm going to go on.
Did I pick the wrong clothes?
It's more
I don't
just,
think so.
hey, look, sometimes I'll use the scientific method on things, and in terms of what you're wearing right now, I would say the hypothesis is these aren't helping you much.
You may think you know McDonald's drinks. but you don't know them like this. From fruity refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry-flavored Sprite topped with cold foam. Who knew ice-cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here. Try them all, now at McDonald's. Refreshers contain caffeine.
If you've ever blasted synth beats from your boombox or burned CDs for your besties, this one's for you. As people get older, much like their music tastes, their health needs change. AG1 is the simple daily health drink designed to deliver over 75 essential daily nutrients and pre- and probiotics to support energy, digestion, and mood, so you can make the most out of every decade and dance break. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
Are you married?
You mean no, not currently. No.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
See, this is going to be awesome because the God I know and love loves a challenge. And you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with the way you're dressed. Frankly, if I was casting you to be a science teacher and there was a wardrobe department, the wardrobe department would put you in the exact thing. It's like you've been cast to play a biology teacher. You look exactly like a biology teacher, but it just depends, and we'll get to this in a second, what kind of girl are you looking for? What kind of gal catches your eye? Because maybe, you know, if you're into a sassy type of gal, you're going to go for maybe some ripped jeans, maybe sort of a low-rise denim with a big loose belt, you know, maybe a tight T-shirt with a deep V, you know, shows some of your clavicles. It really depends, and honestly, you're talking to the right person with Gray here, because Gray has a line of really hip jeans called Riffy Boy jeans. They're wide at the top and tight on the bottom. And so you really do have to wear them with suspenders because they're about twice as big as your waistline at the top. But I mean, you could do a full makeover. You've done that before, haven't you?
Oh, I have, yeah. And I think you're a prime candidate.
Well, yeah, that sounds incredible. The suspenders, I've never worn them. I didn't even know people still made those, but I would love to, you know, try something new out. The type of lady I'm into is really just anyone that would accept me for who I am.
And who is that? I guess that's what's hard to understand, because who is that kind of wears what you're wearing and is always kind of doing science stuff, I guess.
Well, you are what you eat.
Okay.
And I love sandwiches.
Yeah, I can tell
Awesome.
that, definitely.
And I was making a sandwich, and I was just thinking to myself, wow, this is too big for one person.
Oh.
I think if there was another person here, I can share that sandwich with.
Is this that you brought
Okay.
the sandwich with you? Is this the sandwich?
That's a good looking sandwich.
Yes, that's it.
Just for the listeners, it's 2 pieces of white bread.
Uh-huh.
A circular piece of, it's called mortadella. It's a deli meat, and ham, and some condiments such as mustard.
Okay.
And you just kind of squish it so that it all evens out, and then it's ready to go.
And you've cut it diagonally.
Okay, in
And
4 pieces. I like that.
yeah, you've cut it diagonally in 4 pieces.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen a sandwich cut that way before.
Yeah. And may I ask, because I think this is really going to speak into the type of girl that you're interested in, is that a brown mustard? Is it a spicy mustard? Is it a yellow mustard, or is it a Dijon?
It's just a yellow, hot dog mustard.
Okay.
So I'm just a, I don't want anything special. Just, down to earth.
So
Okay.
just going back, it just seems like
I know.
if somebody is
I think I've got
listening,
it. Mhm.
it's somebody who's not going to be easily surprised,
Mhm.
I would say.
Mhm.
Anybody who's going to make a sandwich with essentially a few slices of meat and 2 condiments plus cut it in 4 pieces is I guess, a vibe.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound so good, but now that you said it out loud.
No, Danid, I find this very
And is it
very
Danid
helpful.
or- okay.
Danid. Yeah.
Danid. Okay.
It could be a curse word if you really throw some oomph to it, but it's just Danid.
And sometimes do you use it that way?
My mom, she she can.
Danipour. It does feel satisfying to say.
Yeah, yes, isn't it? It's good.
I heard your name all year last year when my son, Day Labont, had you for biology. He was always saying, Mr. Dan did this, Mr. Dan did that, Mr. Dan and Mr. Dan. He loved you, and he loved biology. He was up there, sticking pins through bugs and putting them on the board and collecting the bugs and all that. I thought it was gross, but he loved it.
Oh, yeah. I'm recalling him. He was a real bug guy. He really loved to mess with the insects. And, sometimes I wondered if you guys were feeding him enough at home because...
He's a stick, isn't he? He's so tiny.
Yeah. And he started licking like some of the dirt. And that's sort of a sign of like a lack of minerals.
Oh.
That's something I never brought up. But now that you mentioned the bug thing, it did come to me. So I'm not sure what kind of diet you guys are giving him, but maybe he's low on those.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's something. Yeah. I'm sure he's on one of his things where he's like, well, he's got to be something more severe than vegan or something, because all he's talking about is how everything is poison now, or an industrial version of animal death. And I'm going, well, maybe go eat dirt or something, and maybe that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, exactly. Last year, I had, ever since he started being vegan, I was just thawing some pork chops on the counter for dinner. Come in, they're gone, disappeared. I says, where's my pork chops? And Day says, I buried him in the backyard, because that's what you do with dead bodies. You bury them. And I went and I dug up those pork chops and I rinsed off the dirt and I served them up to my family that night, because, and maybe that's how Day got a taste for dirt. I mean, can you get good minerals from the dirt?
Oh yeah, maybe that's a biology question.
You definitely can. If you're lacking them, then you can. Yeah, but it's not good for you. It's just a sign that there's a dietary gap somewhere.
It doesn't surprise me at all, because he's just some skin hanging off two clavicles. I don't know why we can't get meat on his bones, but any hoodles, he loves you, Mr. Danid, Mr. Danid, Mr. Danid, Mr. Danid.
And why is it that you were drawn to teach high school biology?
Yeah.
Because on the list of things that you could do for a job, and I guess I'm just speaking perfectly, that comes somewhere near the bottom when it comes to, I just couldn't imagine that being a choice that someone would make. What drew you to that?
Oh.
Well, when I was younger, I was just good at math scores and test scores, and that sort of funneled me into the science world. But as I grew a little older and realized that if I want to join this faith community, and I do want to join the faith community, it sort of conflicts with a lot of the science things. And like I said, it's been a struggle, and I have been doing a little something, which I've been making science not as fun in the classroom.
Oh, I love that.
And I think that's because I'm subconsciously like, get away from me, science. Get away from me. And so I've been sabotaging the class a little bit here and there. I haven't told this to anybody, but I have musty shirts. Have you guys heard of musty shirts?
No.
What is that? Shirts with mustard on them? Because you do have that, I noticed.
There is a little mustard on the front of your shirt right there.
Shirt.
No, that's a mustard shirt. Yeah, a musty shirt is just a stinky shirt. A shirt that's stinky.
So that one actually, that one too.
Yeah.
Oh, this would, yeah. Well, these special shirts that I specifically make, I will sometimes do a hike or some kind of exercise activity, and I perspire. I'm very sweaty. And when I get in my car, I don't want my car to get dirty. So I have these shirts that I sit on, and all the sweat juices go into those shirts, and those shirts become very musty. Now I take those shirts and I put them in the classroom. I hide them in the drawers. I hide them in the nooks and crannies. And pretty soon you walk into the class and it smells like, ew, dirty man, gross. But I'm teaching science in there. And so the kids are now associating that smell with the lessons. And I'm doing it as a way to pay back for maybe this is something I can break science down with. It's a struggle. And so This is just something I admit to you guys. I don't know. What do you think? Is this wrong? Should I take the shirts away, or what do you guys think?
Well, I don't see much wrong with it, and I'm not opposed to you turning kids off of science, because so many scientists are God haters. But my only fear, and this could be me taking it a step too far, but the only slippery slope I see here, Danid, is that it could turn some girls off of guys. And you don't want to be making a generation of gay gals, that you're unleashing onto the world.
So you think I could be gayifying some of the children?
Yeah.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
That would be my fear. I don't know. What do you think, Gray?
Well, it's just, I guess, goes back to, in my mind, I guess this kind of goes back to the overall problem, which is if you're trying to be part of a community while simultaneously using tools like that, do you see how it kind of turns into the snake eating its own tail? Because you're wearing one of the shirts now and you come here, and then that becomes kind of a musty shirt problem, even though you're going to probably put it in the classroom later. I just think it would be much cleaner if you could simply say, look, biology, it's just a bunch of hooey, or, just kind of it's just kind of some ideas, rather than trying to do this, what I would call a fairly complicated way of turning kids off of science.
Then I won't have a job, you see? I need to make money, and so I can't just say science is hooey.
Yeah. And you know what? I feel like this brings us back to really why we had you on today, which is because we know that God has an incredible plan for your life and that you are going to be a strong member of this faith-based community. And if that means you have to let go of some truths and some researched evidence and all of that.
Let go and let God.
Yeah. Because guess what God has in store for you? A beautiful helpmate in the form of a wife.
A hamburger helper.
It's exactly like Hamburger Helper. You're the meat.
She'll make the hamburgers for you. I'm only saying that because you won't just have a boring little sandwich.
Yeah.
She'll make a hamburger for you. Isn't that awesome?
And she'll do your laundry. And that is what you need with this mustard musty problem. As soon as you have a wife, you're going to be aces, kiddo.
Yeah, it sounds so, like a wife is a sort of just an object or thing that you have to acquire. But I think I'm wrong about that. I think.
No, that's
it is
God's
that
plan. Yeah, that's God's plan for you. Is that she will serve you and be submissive to you. You'll be the head of the household. She'll have your pants pressed and your shirts crisp, and she might even spray you with cologne as you walk out the house. And you're gonna have a blast with her because it's the way God designed it. And you know what, Danid? If I might offer you this word basket of encouragement, like Gray mentioned, the word evolution, it's a hot potato, isn't it? But here's how you can kind of soften that blow, is you can put this little word in front of it called microevolution. Macroevolution, meaning Big Bang and, the species evolving and stuff, that's macroevolution. And we know from the Bible that's not true because God made everything in 6 days and then he took a break. On the seventh day, had a good old nap. But microevolution, well, we see that happening all the time. Humans may one day not have appendixes anymore. There's tiny little microevolutions that are happening. And I believe that God created microevolution as part of creationism. How's that?
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Those are the ones we could observe, and the longer time horizon ones are very difficult to observe. So why not give God credit for those ones?
Right, exactly.
Because I mean, science changes, doesn't it? This is what I am always surprised by is, 50 years ago, they used to say, oh, you've got a headache. Let's drill a hole in your head.
Yep.
That's science.
Yep.
Lobotomy.
But that's not what we do anymore.
Yep.
That, right? Because now we say, oh, that science was wrong.
Yep.
But what we don't say is, oh, that Bible was wrong. We never say that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm living proof of microevolution because guess what? And I've never admitted this in my life, and I will probably cut it from the program later, but between you, me, and the lamppost, I grew up peeing in pools. I did. And I'm ashamed to say it, but I did. And I did it all the time. And it felt good. And I never admitted that to anyone. And you know what, Danid? I don't do that anymore. I have evolved. And I hold it now, even though I know how good it would feel to release that warmth, down there, and then be able to swim away from it into the cool part of the pool.
It does feel good.
It feels good.
What, you both do it?
I've done it. I remember the feeling. I haven't done it in a while, but I understand the feeling of, what month are we in?
Well, it's spring.
Yeah.
Spring. Okay. So, maybe winter time. It was too cold to get out of the pool. And
oh, wow.
And yeah, that feeling of just, leaving your mark and making the warm spot. And it's also getting cleaned off your shorts right away.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how this is the thing that you two finally agree on.
Yeah. And it's a strange sensation, isn't it? Because it's like normally when the urine is coming out, it's entering the air atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're submerged and it's just going from a liquid to a liquid, it's a strange sensation, isn't it? I like it, kind of.
Yeah, it's strange and confusing. Like, is it actually happening?
Yeah,
I am feeling the sensations, but is it really happening?
Exactly.
And so sometimes I'm like, I don't know, did I pee in the pool?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's really no way to know.
Okay, see, now, Danid, you're onto it. That's all you have to do with science is you just have to say, did I pee in the pool, or did that just feel like I relieved myself and nothing happened?
But in this situation, you did pee in the pool?
Well, but I just want him to...
Sensation-wise.
Yeah, and that's all you have to do with science is like, well, has this been proven materially with like firm, solid evidence? Or maybe is it just like we could, just keep hypothesizing?
Well, it seems like it had happened. So that would be like, if you're actually peeing in the pool, I think that's
well,
evidence
unless we have a bladder meter, measuring stuff, we really don't know. We don't
I think I'm going to write this down. This is the pee pool paradox.
Okay.
PPP. I'm definitely writing this down. I will definitely use this one. I think this is actually calming me down. It's helping me get a framework to how to work with this. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, this is what it feels like to be a Christian and to move from being an evidence-based person to a faith-based person. That's what it feels like.
I'm sorry, but so I'm just trying to understand this pee pool paradox. You're saying what is it again?
It's the PPP.
Yeah,
not the emergency loan. It's
Okay.
the pee pool paradox.
Okay, what is it? What is giving you all so much comfort about this?
You're peeing in the pool, but is it happening?
Yep. Exactly.
Science is working, but is it working?
I
And that's how you just move on through that.
Yeah.
There's one thing I do want to talk to you because there is a science person that kind of annoys me, and it has helped me sort of push science away. His name, I think, is Neil deGrasse.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh,
yes, I have heard of him.
I hate
Yes.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, he owns Tyson Chicken, I think, and I don't
so
even buy that
annoying.
chicken. Yeah,
Those chicken factories stink. They really do.
Disgusting.
yeah, he's awful. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing, is what that deGrasse Tyson is. He really is a
He's
wolf.
a wannabe LeVar Burton.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys share the despisement of him. It's just, he's just constantly ruining movies and just like talking it up. It's just, name a movie you like.
I love Forrest Gump.
Well, he'd ruin that for you. He'd say, well, I don't think that's where the stars would be
See? Yeah.
during any night scene. And that's it. The movie's ruined.
And Danid, in the movies, the thing that makes the movies work, it's called a suspension of disbelief. Do I believe Matt Damon can be growing plants on Mars? Well, if I suspend my disbelief, I enjoy the movie. That's all you have to do to become a Christian.
Oh, gosh, Dan it. Put my hand in your soggy little sandwich.
Oh, now you've got mustard on your musty shirt.
Dan it.
I'm Holly Laurent playing Hallie Levant, and that over there, that's Greg Hess playing Gray Haas. If you would like the Mega VIP treatment and listen ad-free, just go to mega.supercast.com. We would love it if you did. Become a member. Do it. It'll feel so good.
Speaking of Supercast, it's a great time to join. There's a free trial, and that is the best way to make sure that Mega keeps going. You know, you'll get your 4 to 6 episodes per month ad-free, including a behind-the-scenes podcast that we make. And really, it is the way we keep going. So please consider a Supercast membership. A very special thanks to our founding members. That's Bobby and Betty, Nana and T-Pop, Adrian O, Kristen A, and Anonymous. You know who you are. See you next time.
Stitch Fix. Stop shopping, get styled.
A+ on the outfit, Miss Turner. You are about to slay parent-teacher conferences.
Oh, these? Just the most perfect fitting jeans my stylist sent me.
Oh, hello, you, who didn't set one foot in a mall and still looks amazing.
Just share your size, style, and budget, and your stylist sends personalized looks right to your door. Stitch Fix. Get started today at stitchfix.com.
To my stylist, this look is dedicated to you. Thank you. Thank you.
To kids, summer isn't just time off, it's time building confidence and curiosity. But when school meals pause, millions of children lose the food they count on. Your support helps the Feeding America Network nourish every child's potential. Give now at feedingamerica.org/summerhunger.